Greetings, everybody. Beautiful day. Finally getting some sun out here. Maybe the muck will dry out. Highly doubtful. Nothing but mud. For May 4th or 5th, I think it is. Today I think I'll discuss this truck. Dodge D250 First Gen Dodge with the Cummins diesel. I purchased this last fall, actually out of BC, and I'm from Ontario. And it runs and drove all right. It runs great. The issue was this perch here for the spring. It's rotting out. Well, I don't know. I think it might have been all right, but for my mentality, I'm always like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But I think there's a point where you have to replace things eventually. Kind of want to restore it as not to pristine condition, but you know, where I can use it for several years here. Be driving it in the summer for my farm and stuff, and I got a minivan for the family and stuff, but this I need a truck to haul around in the farm. So, but as you can see, I've cut off the old perch here and painted up that one spot. I'm obviously going to fix up this frame a little more, like polish it up a bit more and paint her. Yeah, I painted that one spot because I want parts coming in tomorrow, supposedly. And obviously you don't want to mount it on the rust or just end up with the same thing. What happens with the rust is a big problem. This one isn't as bad as that other side was, but as you can see, hopefully you can see, you get separation. The rust, it deteriorates or pushes out the other metals, the existing metal, and causes, like, it bulges where you can see that the spring here on the shackle, or the bolt on the shackle, maybe you can't see that with the frickin' sun glazing on it, but it rubs against this part right in here, which probably isn't that big of a problem really. It doesn't move that much, but what happened with the other one is right in this area here, it was real thin, and I was worried that hell, she's just going to shear off, and it wasn't great. But these ones were good. The front perch was pretty good. We always call them perches, but looking at finding these things online, I had to find them online because here in Canada they seem to, I don't know, don't stock this stuff, or if they do, it's, I don't know, just didn't seem viable here in Canada, so I had to order it online out of the States. Probably going to cost me around 100 and in the States it's like 60 bucks for this part. That's American, and once I get through the bullshit with the customs and taxes, it's probably going to be like 160 when I get it up here, which sucks, but what are you going to do? There's the old piece here. As you can see, I blew it out with a torch, so it's obviously bigger holes in it, but down there it was pretty thin. You can see there's a rust hole right in there, and this front part here, like that's pretty thin. There we go. Sorry with the sun blaring, but it's beautiful. And I have to get a bushing, I guess, now too. I don't know, I thought maybe after I did it with the torch, I could have maybe got a sawzall, got in between that bolt there, and cut it off, and maybe saved the bushing, but I highly doubt it. That I tried pissing around, oiling it, and everything. The bolt just gets completely jammed and rusted in there. Essentially becomes part of the bushing because of this steel sleeve inside the rubber. See if I can find it here. I buried it, but it was smoking like hell. Stinking thing. That's somewhere around here. I don't know where it is. Fuck, I don't know. Whatever. you get the picture. It just rusts in there tighter than hell, and you can't do nothing with it. So other than heat it or cut it off, and can't really heat something that's full of rubber. It just defeats the purpose. So you might as well just cut the bolt off, get a new one. Now these ones I'm hoping to save. I don't know. I think they're all right in the shackle portion. It seems all right. I could probably get a Sawzall in there and cut that off without buggering that rubber, because it's pretty tight. I'm not too worried about that. I don't think it matters too much anyway, because the rubber, it'll twist in there, and it's no big deal. That's what it's designed to do. It's not meant to slide on the steel portion anyway. But yeah, as for the truck, it's pretty good condition, I'd say, for being 93. Few spots and fix up. This corner here is a little bad, but I'll get her fixed up, I think. Like I say, I don't care about it making it 100% pretty. Just want it usable and practical. And I had a Second Gen Dodge there. That's over here. I guess I could show you. Here, old dog. Yeah, he's 11 years old, that one. Been my guard dog for, well, I got him when he was like 2, so 9 years. Yeah, here's the old first or Second Gen Dodge. You know, it was a great truck to me. I'd put at least 400,000 K on the thing. And, you know, it really, I got used. It was a work truck. Some electrical company had it. And it did me fairly well. When I first got it, I had some issues. It's usually the guys that drive work vehicles, they don't give a crap about anything, and they just drive living piss out of it. Whether that's the reason or not, I had to put an injection pump in it within like the first or second year. And like a year after that, I had to put the transmission in it, or get the transmission rebuilt, and it lasted me. I forget when I got it. I think 2007 I got this thing. And it's an 01. So I was still on the road as of last season. It worked fairly well. It drove well. It still ships fine. Did quite a bit. I used to pull that heavy old trailer over there. I don't know if you can see it right over there by that blue Ford 8770. I used to haul junk around with that thing and other stuff, equipment, whatever you needed to haul on a flat trailer. It just pulled that just fine. Big problem, like, I don't know, you could probably get this thing back on the road, but it definitely needs a cab, unless you want to really patch things up. Like this door sill or rocker panel. I call them door sills. Always have. But some people call them rocker panels, I think. As you can see, I fixed that once with a chunk of tin, and it's sagging down quite a ways. I don't know what the hell is letting go, but door doesn't shut worth a crap. I had to shim it way out, and so that's why I sucker in on the road any more than that. If it wasn't rotted, I would have kept it going until she quit. You know, that's the way I drive my vehicles. Well, the door still shuts anyway. I'm kind of yapping here, so, but it sure is a nice day. I'll take this. It's supposed to be crappy again by the end of the week, so. Oh yeah, in regards to the other boss, I did sell that last fall. It was, you know, I didn't really want to see it rust and just go to junk, so I figured if someone could get some use out of it, it would have made a good bus for somebody. I just didn't have the time to get that thing back on the road and make it into an RV, or I was actually considering restoring it, but there's no purpose for me to do that. I originally bought it for an RV, and like I say, I got this one over here. It's a 67 highway coach. I forget what it is, a 4502 or something like that, I believe. But the other one wasn't a highway coach, so when you went down the road, it was only going like screaming. It would do 85, maybe 90k. You know, this thing here, it'll do 110, maybe 115, because it's actually designed as a highway coach. So that was the advantage of that one. The other one was newer. I don't know, I think it had a few issues, and with the motor, maybe some injectors were getting sticky. I just remember that it kind of started funny sometimes, and it would be alright, but it would made a good bus. I think it didn't have, like, it fired right up. It was even cold days. I'd made videos on that. Of course, we had lots of criticism on how I did it, but they don't own it, so I could do it however the frick I want. Anyway, yeah, so on that bus, it's gone, and supposedly went up north. The guy wanted to restore it and make it into a, I think he wanted to fully restore it. He didn't want to make it into an RV. He wanted to use it to drive around as just a novelty. So, and he really fell in love with the thing, and I was happy to see that go, instead of having, like, I put it out front for sale, and of course you had the usual scrap happies coming in trying to give me the scrap price, but I obviously knew better, and yeah, I got more than I paid for it out of it, which made me happy. And yeah, anyway, I'm hoping to get on the farm here soon. We got the old backhoe out and the old Massey 65, just grading some of the driveway here, our parking area. Yeah, anyway, I think this video's run a little long. If you sat through it, thanks for watching.